Hello CCL, I'm Flannery Winchester, your Senior Director of Communications, coming to you today with an update about what's going on in Congress with permitting reform and what you can do to help. As you know, permitting reform is one of CCL's 4 major policy areas that we're working on, and we're working on it because America needs to build and connect a whole lot of clean energy fast, but slow permitting processes are causing a bottleneck. Basically, the clean energy revolution is ready. We just need to cut some red tape. So here's what's going on. For the last few weeks, there have been rumblings on Capitol Hill around permitting, with signals of more to come. At the end of February, E&E News reported that House Republicans were working on multiple bills that would ultimately be part of a sweeping energy and permitting reform package that would come to the floor at the end of March. There have already been a few hearings in different House committees to start to explore those initial bills. The Biden administration has been talking about this too. At an event earlier this month, White House Energy Advisor John Podesta said permitting reform was high on the administration's agenda. He said that the permitting process for clean energy infrastructure is, quote, plagued by delays and bottlenecks. And he said there's plenty that we can do and must do federally. And again, what we can do is update those permitting processes in a way that preserves community input while letting us build and connect a lot of clean energy fast. So the latest is that on Wednesday of last week, House Republicans dropped their big energy and permitting reform package, which they're calling the Lower Energy Costs Act. They gave it bill number H.R. 1, and Speaker of the House, California Republican Kevin McCarthy, said in a video, "We can streamline permitting and still protect the environment. That's a goal worthy of the number 1. So that's great to see and to hear. Now, as with any major policy, the first version is not what's going to get across the finish line. Our legislative team and others in DC are thinking of this package as just the opening bid in the permitting discussion. Ultimately, any permitting reform legislation will need to make it out of the Republican-controlled House, through the Democratic-controlled Senate, and to the president's desk for a signature. So there's going to have to be a bipartisan negotiation to make that happen. And that's where Citizens Climate Lobby volunteers come in. Who better to foster bipartisan discussion on climate policy than all of you? Seriously. Because of the way we have always approached our citizen lobbying, which is by meeting with nearly every member of Congress on both sides of the aisle year after year, we are uniquely positioned to encourage that bipartisan cooperation that's needed on permitting reform. And Congress needs to hear from the grassroots on this so they don't let this moment pass. When a transmission line takes 10 years, it's hard to have clean electricity by 2030. So now's the moment, and we need to urge Congress forward. So we've got our Conservative Climate Leadership Conference coming up next week, where we'll have a bunch of our conservative volunteers on Capitol Hill meeting with Republican offices about this very topic. And then in June, we have our annual conference and our big lobby day, again on Capitol Hill, with hundreds of volunteers from all over the country. Registration is open for that now, so you can see the event details and plan to join us. And we need you there so that you can help us take this message to Congress. We need to tell them clean energy is ready to go. Now we need to deploy it. Updating these permitting processes could save the planet. So thanks for all you're doing, CCL. Join us in June, and let's keep going.